All right. So, welcome to the stream. This is the first stream on the channel. If you're watching this as a re-recorded video or a old upload, then welcome to the video. This is going to be a little bit of a longer style. Today we are live streaming for the first time, and as you can tell from the title, this is a Nuzlocke. So essentially, if you don't know what a Pokemon Nuzlocke is, you can see on your screen right now, we got the Switch pulled up. What we're going to be doing is we are going to be basically doing a challenge run for Pokemon Sword. And just for your knowledge, I'm going to be looking over here for this stream because the way I have everything set up right now, it's a little jerry-rigged at the moment. So I have everything on this screen in terms of the gameplay that I have to look at, or I'll be looking over here at the main screen for the stream and the chat and different things. So we are probably going to have a couple people pop in and out of here. So if you're watching this live, again, this is a Nuzlocke, or same with the pre-recorded. And eventually I think I'm going to turn this into its own video on the channel after we complete everything. Essentially, for this challenge, we're starting fresh on a whole new save of this game. I chose this version of Pokemon to play for the first time because I've never actually played this game all the way through its DLC, and I've never really remember it, to be completely honest, because it came out so long ago now. It's going to be 5 years, but I'm also going to be eating because I have not eaten yet. So if you don't know the rules for a Nuzlocke, the way it works is this entire game is going to be run on a challenge. So at the start of every route for the game, I have to catch a new Pokemon and I have to nickname it. The reason that I have to nickname it is because I have to get attached to all of the team members. And if you don't know, you might be asking yourself, why would you want to get attached? Because in this challenge run, you cannot use heal items, you cannot use healing moves, and I'm also going to be turning off battle switch, meaning that every time the opponent sends out a Pokemon, it's not going to ask me if I want to switch, just to make this game a little more difficult, because these games are not that hard, to be honest, as most of us know. I'm also going to be modifying the rules a little bit, because in this game, this was the first Pokemon game to have a wild area. Now, there are higher level Pokemon that you can't really battle, and I don't really feel like it would be fair for me to try to go for those and try to beat the game with these higher leveled Pokemon. So I'm going to be not allowing myself, sorry, I'm moving the face cam over a little bit. I'm not going to be allowing myself to obtain these higher strength Pokemon. I'm also not going to let myself use mythicals or legendaries. I have to use everything that I catch. So if a Pokemon faints, this is the biggest rule of the Nuzlocke, it's dead. It cannot be used ever again. I'm also not going to be allowing myself to use healing items. I'm really stupid, so that we might have to adjust that later on. But I'm going to be doing this as, this isn't like a one-time stream. I'm not going to be beating this entire game in one stream, because there's a lot of text in these newer Pokemon games. So we're going to name ourselves here Whikked, and we're going to get started. So I should probably, put on the headphones so I can actually hear the game. But, oh, they were already on. So as you can tell, this is a great jerry-rigged, very great jerry-rigged setup here. So I also wanted to stream today because today is the Game Awards, and I was originally going to be live streaming Sly Cooper since they released the second and third games onto the PlayStation. I've never played those games, but I wasn't able, for some reason. Essentially, the way I've jury-rigged this is my Elgato is capturing the gameplay and sending it directly to OBS. OBS send it straight to YouTube. And for some reason, it just doesn't want to read my PlayStation 5 right now. And probably something I have in the settings. So I just can figure it out. Play it normally. So I'm also feel like it makes sense. Extra higher, I think, whatever that is. I don't know, but ever since the first bolt, and for this Nuzlocke, I'm gonna try to only use the gimmick. I'm gonna try it on the stream. We'll see how this goes for this first one, but if we are losing a lot of Pokemon, I might change that. But for now, we're gonna keep it as I can only really use it once every 2 battles, or once every 2 gyms. That's what I want to try to keep myself in check for. What was I saying? I was saying something before I went off task there. Oh, the Game Awards. So the Game Awards is today, and I'm excited mostly to see the reactions to if Elden Ring's DLC wins Game of the Year. I think that's going to set a very bad example of what we want to allow in the Game Awards. But I also think that the Game Awards is going to be big this year. I had a feeling last year that it was going to be kind of dull, and I feel like in terms of the announcements, it really wasn't that much. But I have a feeling this year it's going to be a little better. Okay, so we're going to put this to set, meaning that you cannot switch. Send the box manual, have to give a nickname, turn off autosave. Okay. And then eventually I might turn off battle animations because the battle animations in newer Pokemon games takes forever, but we're going to save before anything else just so we don't crash. How about progress? But here we go. So we're starting our adventure here. Definitely need to change the fit here a little bit because this is... I don't know who decided to give this fit to the protagonist. So the other part of this that might make this a little more interesting is I do have both of the DLCs unlocked and loaded in. Everything. With the first DLC, you can actually access it before you beat the first gym. So I might do that just to get like an extra encounter or 2. But with the first DLC, they give you a mythical Pokemon, a mythical legendary Pokemon. They give you Cubfruit, and I don't want to use mythicals because this game is already too easy. So I'm gonna see. They also I think they let you choose if you want one of the cancer starters as well. So maybe if we lose our starter, hopefully we don't. I'm really gonna try my best not to lose anybody in this Nuzlocke. Again, this is the first time I've literally ever done a Nuzlocke before, so this could end very, very poorly. But I'm gonna try my best not to lose anybody, and we're gonna see here. Sorry, I'm changing the title really quick. Okay, there we go. So I'm just kind of blowing through this because, I mean, so far for the story of the game, you don't have a father, which is, pretty standard. But our rival, Hop, is the younger brother of Leon, and Leon is, in that first opening cutscene, he's the champion, as you can tell right here. They obviously have a favorite son, because I don't think that there's a single photo of Hop anywhere in this room, so they're definitely playing a little bit of favorites here, but she's been around, and honestly, if I had that little cat as a cat in real life, I would never want to be around it. But we're going to meet Leon right now, because apparently he's going to give us our friends. I know that in Black and White and Black 2 White 2, it wasn't really a rivalry. It was more friends, but like we could be a little bit of an asshole to one another. But X and Y went like a full friend group route, which is fine. I think that fits, especially because even with like the Pokemon anime, X and Y was a lot more. I felt just watching it, it was a lot more like anime than the previous seasons of the Pokemon show. So I feel like the game kind of went the same direction. They wanted you to feel as though that you were not by yourself. So. This is our end goal here. So, Leon's here, he's floating, so the crowd is posing. We're gonna be the ones to hopefully take him down. He's lucky he can use potions and shit. So, now comes the most important part of any Nuzlocke, picking our starter. Now this is either going to be our partner for the entire game, and we're going to steamroll everything, or we're going to get steamrolled. I also have done absolutely no prep for this game, as in I do not remember really the gems. I think if I remember correctly, the first gym leader is a grass fight, and then the second one is water, and then after that I know nothing. So it's going to be very interesting because I know who I'm going to choose right now, and it's 100% based on favoritism, and it's 100% based on what I like in the starter. But it's probably not going to be the best. It's really not. And if we had more than a couple viewers right now, I would ask the chat who to choose. But since this is the first stream, I'm going to choose. It's funny how, like, this game, although this game doesn't look the best, like, in terms of more recent Pokemon games, I actually think Scarlet and Violet's art style is really good. The fact that this game, like, is playable when those aren't really. Anyway, I'm gonna go with Score Bunny because I like fire type starters most of the time, and hopefully this makes the challenge a little harder with that second gym being a water type. I'm not sure though, so there's really this will be fun to try to see if we can keep him alive. But for a name, I'm going with something classic here. Hopefully it's a boy. I didn't look. But Roger Rabbit is our first team member. So give him a little fist bump. And I think we have to battle now. I think we battle Hop, which should be easy. Because when they changed how rivals work, they made it so easy to just beat your rival. I remember when I first... I'm that age now. When I first played Fire Red and Leaf Green, I was so awful at the game that it was impossible for me to beat Gary or Blue or whatever the rivals name of that game. This is the other team too. I didn't want to choose Sobble because I know that eventually I'm thinking that I'm going to have the starter until the end game, and Leon has a Charizard, so having Sobble would make it very easy. I don't want to do that. I want to make this game very hard on myself, and it's not easy, because I feel like watching another one easy. Even though I'm playing an easier game, I feel like it's just not the most fun to watch. But That's okay. And then if you are watching this as a video instead of a live stream, or if you just clicked on this randomly, then there is a playlist that this live stream is going to be a part of. It's going to have 2. So the first one is going to be Ramble Lives. That's where every single live stream is going to go. And hopefully I set it up properly so that way they go in chronological order. So that way you get the first part and then you can keep going. Or if I decide to live stream something different and not live stream this game next, because I'm probably not going to go back to back to back all the way through this game, there will be another playlist. Sorry. There will be a second playlist for just this Nuzlocke, because I do plan on doing more of them if I beat this one. Now, if I lose this Nuzlocke, we're probably never doing a Nuzlocke again. That's going to be super fucking embarrassing if I lose this Nuzlocke. But we'll see. And then, like I said, too, at the start, hopefully I turn this into a video after the fact. It's gonna be hard because YouTube's VOD system isn't very good. I don't know how long it keeps live streams on the channel. I don't think it's very long, but hopefully I can do that. So we're in our first battle here. Pop always has 2. It's so annoying because this is their way of making it so it's okay for him to choose the one that is weakest or something. I really hope we don't. I really hope our first encounter is not Lulu. Like, I really hope it's Rookity, because I think a flying steel type would be so good. Probably, if I remember correctly, there's like a good amount of fairy types in this game. So hopefully, having Roger here is good. Yeah, we know. We've added another trusty ally. It's Grookey. Nobody cares. I'm just gonna stomp you into the ground anyway. So I would also like to know, though, for those of you that are watching this as a video and not a live stream, what is your favorite Pokemon? Because for me, I feel like it always changes. I feel like Pokemon is not one of those franchises where you can just always have one favorite. For me, for the longest time, it was always Emerald, because that was the first one I ever played. But I do really like Black and White too. When I did my retroactive video, where I went back and I played every single Pokemon game this year, that portion of playing Black 2 or Black, well, I played, let me see, I need to remember properly. I played Black and then I played White 2. So when I played those, going through that took the longest for sure, and it took the most out of me because it's the only real first and second game to have a conclusive story, right? Because we've always had third versions, right? Platinum is just a better version of Diamond and Pearl. You have Emerald, which is a better version of Ruby and Sapphire. But if you're playing Ruby and then you go to play Emerald, you can just kind of blow through it because they've made some minimal changes, right? With Black and then White 2, there's a continued story that you have to follow. So that one took a lot out of me. And then after that, I autopiloted through all the 3D games. So I autopiloted through Shield. So I haven't played Sword, so I don't know what gyms are different. I don't know. Well, I played Sword when it came out, but I haven't played it recently. I played Shield when I was doing my playthrough of them all this year. And I didn't play the DLCs. So I have no clue really what goes on in the second DLC. I know that there's a really good way of shiny hunting legendaries that's introduced that way, but maybe if you guys like the Pokemon stream, we can do a shiny hunting stream, but I don't know. I have no idea. So I don't know, did we get healed off of that? I think we did. Yeah, we did. Okay. So we're level 7, which is good. I'm also going to try to not grind that much. If you don't know what grinding is, essentially, okay, we got Blaze. try to DOS up nature. Okay, I mean, it is what it is. What was I saying? See, this is the problem. This is what you guys don't see when I make videos. I'm just like fucking sitting here trying to think since I don't read scripts. See, I just completely forgot what I was saying, man. Oh, I do want to save. Oh, I need to see if we have Pokeballs. That's what I need to see. Grinding. There we go. See? If you don't know, grinding is when you essentially are training up the Pokemon the entire time. And the reason I'm going to try to not do it too much is because in all of the Switch games, they made it so you are constantly getting experience. So if let's say this was an encounter, right? I would catch it and it would give me experience. But then on the next route, I would catch another one. It would give both of the Pokemon in my party experience. So it essentially, your entire team gets rewarded for not doing work, which is not something I enjoy. I liked how in X and Y it was an option. You could turn it off. And when they moved away from that, it kind of bugged me a lot. I think it should always be an option because it's just making it so like players like myself who are avid Pokemon fans, we have a little bit of a harder time because now it feels like you almost have to Nuzlocke every game that comes out if you're not going for like the Pokédex completion because the games are just so easy. I feel like Scarlet and Violet had a lot of instances where they were a lot harder and you could make it harder on yourself, but it just, I don't know, it just for me, it was so easy. Even when I went directions I shouldn't have, and I was trying to fight Pokemon that I couldn't, it was just, I don't know, it was so annoying. It was so annoying how easy it is. But hopefully, with Legend TGA, since they're taking their sweet time, it's going to be really good. I have high hopes for that game. We'll see how that goes. I'm also hoping that I can get this Nuzlocke done before they announce the next Switch system. There's been a lot of leaks, and I've been meaning to make a video on them, but there's been so many games that have come out, and I uploaded yesterday, right? I've been trying to upload every 2 days, so I have to check. Super unprofessional. Okay, so what day did I even... December 10th? Oh, so I do have to upload today. So I'll probably... so yeah, I don't plan these uploads. So I'll probably... this won't count as an upload, this live stream. I'll probably upload something else later tonight after the Game Awards. And it'll probably be just a video on... Either I'll do a video on my like entire thoughts of the Game Awards and every announcement, or I'll do like separate videos based on things that get announced, right? So if we see a trailer for GTA 6, I'm going to be doing its own video for that because I haven't done a video on GTA 6. If the Venom game gets announced tonight, which I doubt, which makes me really upset, but I understand, that will 100% get its own video. But I really don't think the Venom game is happening anymore. I think that after Tony Todd passed, and I don't know if they knew how soon he would. Like, I don't know if he was sick. I tried not to look too much into it because I grew up with Tony Todd, like, surrounding my medias. So I was always a big fan of him regardless of Venom, and then his performance of Venom was awesome. And when they said that they were making a game, I got even more excited. We don't know, like, I don't know if he was sick for a long time or something, and I totally understand if they just decided to not go forward with the game because, you know, he was Venom. He is Venom. So I also wouldn't be surprised if we just never see Venom again in the Insomniac games. But yeah, I thought it would be cool if like Peter and Harry and Miles teamed up to fight Carnage, but if they choose to not go that route anymore and they just kind of leave it there, it's going to leave some people sour because it's going to feel like they did all of this setup for no payoff. But you can't really fault Insomniac for that, in my opinion, because they didn't know. I mean, it seems like they didn't know that Tony Todd was going to pass away so soon. So. But yeah, that was an upsetting one for me. That one was like when Robbie, the guy who plays Hagrid in Harry Potter, when he passed away, it was like those two were the sad ones for me. Those two were definitely the biggest sad ones. But you know, it happens. It's life. But yeah, so for the Game Awards, I really, really wonder what they're going to show, because typically by this time, we already have an idea, or we already kind of know what's going to be there, and we just don't really know that much. I know there's definitely games that are very obviously going to be there. Like, I expect them to do a second release trailer for Indiana Jones, and I expect them to do some sort of thing for the PlayStation Pro, obviously Game Pass ads, but I really wonder what they're going to do. Like, are they going to show Avowed? Maybe, but I honestly, with all the drama circling Avowed Studio, I would prefer that they don't, because I don't want to have to make a video on that game, because Ghost of Yotai already was a video I had to make, and I don't want to have to make another one. But Ghost of Yotai is definitely something that I really hope that they show. I hope that we're able to see actual gameplay of that game, or maybe get a release date. I don't think Ubisoft is going to have any presence here tonight, and if they do, they're really stupid, because they've been going through so much turmoil, and they have all of the rumors of being bought by Tencent, and them delaying Assassin's Creed even more, and everything with Star Wars Outlaws. I can't see it. I mean, maybe they do something for Assassin's Creed, but I hope they don't. And let me see, what else? Maybe I would really like for Star Wars, is it the Knights of the Old Republic? Is that the one that's getting the remake? That would be awesome. We saw Star Wars Eclipse like 4 years ago, and we haven't seen it since, so that would be awesome. Okay, I'm going to stop yapping. We have Pokeballs now. So we chugged through the first 30 minutes of the game, because it takes 30 fucking minutes to get started in these new games. So this is going to be the first encounter of the Nuzlocke. I'm not going to do the overworld ones. I'm going to do the grass ones. Right. One I said I didn't want. That's fine. Okay. Oh, he's level 6. Okay, you know what? Not the worst. So we'll take it. We got Wooloo. What's a fucking good name for a Wooloo? Alright, Roger, just don't kill him, please. Wait, I could have just thrown a Pokeball. We're on Route 1. It's okay. So after this, we're going to have one more encounter, and I'm gonna fish for it. I'm gonna hope we get the encounter that I'm looking for that. But we either have one more or two more before we leave this area. But okay, we got Wooloo. So, but you see, look at that. You can't really see it with my face cam. Hold on. But you see, we just hit level 8. So now it's exciting to get levels for catches. But hey, Roger, quick attack, that's great, love that move. So we have Wooloo here. We do have to nickname it. I don't know what I want to we're gonna just do something really simple. Just gonna name him Waffles. Don't know why, just was the first thing I thought of when I saw him. Okay, so no more encounters for this area. I'm gonna try to dodge everything. I'm really upset. We could have gotten some really good encounters. I would have taken the squirrel over Wooloo. Okay, but it is what it is. Maybe Waffles will be the MVP. He's probably gonna be our sacrificial lamb. Get it? Sacrificial lamb. Okay, that was stupid. I'm sorry. That was so dumb. Okay, so we gotta go do all this stupid talking now, but that's okay. doing all this yapping in here. Now, let me see, what was I saying before we got Pokeballs and I stopped yet? Oh, the Game Awards, because that's obviously a big thing today. Star Wars Eclipse would be awesome to see, to actually know what the game is, what it looks like. I think that maybe we could see some stuff from Nintendo. I doubt it. I mean, Nintendo is only really present if they have something nominated for Game of the Year, like when Breath of the Wild was nominated, or Tears of the Kingdom. They were there. They had some stuff shown, but it was nothing really new. I think it would be really funny if we see Pal World there after all of the Nintendo and Pal World changing, or Nintendo basically making Pal World change their game. If you don't know, Nintendo and Pal World have been in a legal battle for a little bit, and I made a video on it. I think when Pal World came out, I talked about it in my video, but I even said in that video that they took a lot of things from Pokemon and directly from Nintendo, and I'm all for smaller companies making Nintendo cloned games, right? But you can't be taking like bar for bar animation that they've used for releasing and catching things. I think Pal World like teetered the line really too close. Obviously, like, Nintendo has allowed people to make clones of their game, right? Temtem, perfect example. That thing is a straight Pokemon clone. You have starters that you get to choose from, you have professors, you have labs, you have shops. The only difference is that it's cards and it's online, and Pokemon, Nintendo didn't do anything about it. So I mean, I do think that it has something to do with Pal World having guns, and Nintendo they've never liked their properties being associated with like very mature things, which, you know, you can have your own opinions on if Pokemon should be more mature or not, but I think that's pretty fair to have. Like, if I made something and I know that it's super popular and one of my biggest demographics is people under the age of 18, I probably wouldn't want to associate it with guns either. But I also think that they're very out of line for trying to control smaller companies and trying to get them to change things. But I mean, it would be the same thing. It would be if I made a Star Wars game, right? An exact Star Wars clone. Instead of lightsabers, I just called them swords, right? And I had clones of each other as the bad guys. Disney would not be happy with me, right? Especially if it got really popular and made me a lot of money. Like, that's the big thing, right? Pal World was insanely popular for a very short period of time, and that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And Nintendo wasn't happy with it. And it's, I mean, you know, they changed it. It seems like they're going to probably be changing the capture animation too, which, you know, if that's what they end up doing, then hopefully their game stays alive. And I wish nothing but the best for the devs team, because that's probably something that's just really hard to go through. But you reap what you sow in a way. And that's nothing bad against the dev team, because Nintendo is the most unethical company on the planet. And even though they're my favorite in terms of games, and the Switch is my favorite console of all time, they are terrible people over there in terms of doing things for the greater good of the consumer. They do what's better for them. So, okay, we have an encounter here. Now, before... do I have a map? I do. Okay, I wanted to see, because this is obviously just all Route 2. Okay, so we only get one more encounter here. Okay. So, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try to go for the grass ones and not the overworld. Okay, our team's looking a little weak right now. I'm not gonna lie. Man, I'm getting all the ones that I don't really want to get right now, but that's fine. That's okay. It is what it is. How am I gonna win this game? I have no clue. No idea. I'm just gonna... We have 24? See, that they give you so many Pokeballs now. I remember when bought 10 of them, you were broke, and you had to wait until you beat 2 gyms to catch more because it was just, and they were expensive. You know, they were inflated pretty much like everything else. But all right, so I don't know what is a good name. Let's I have no clue. I have no idea what I want to nickname this thing. Because his final evolution is pretty cool. It's like a little alien thing. Oh, this should have been Roger, because then it would have been Roger the alien from... Man, okay, maybe we're just going to go with South Park character names until I think of something more creative. So, this is going to be Kenny, because I have a feeling that Flipbug is going to get stomped. He's going to not have a good time. Okay, so... Oh, I did not heal when I went to the Pokemon Center. Okay, we're going to go do that. But... Also, I know I said when I was going over the Nuzlocke rules that I can't use healing items. That was for in battle. So if my Pokemon is paralyzed or poisoned or I'm in an area where there's no Pokemon Center, obviously I'm going to let myself use potions then or berries then. But in terms of in battle, no items at all. So I think I'm not gonna sell my potions yet. Maybe if I'm like really broke and looking for something to do, but we're gonna trek our way through. I can't believe it's been 43 minutes of a stream already. That's kind of nuts. I'm gonna aim to probably go for like another 30 minutes, another 30, 45 minutes. But we will see. Make our way through here and get all the way down to that house over there. But I think this is where we get our first trainer battle. Okay, it is. Besides Hawk. So, I'm excited. But yeah, the Game Awards are going to be fun. I'm excited to see what happens and just really watch the trailers. The rewards, or the awards, I could care less if fucking Metaphor wins Game of the Year or not. That was my Game of the Year. So if you're not gonna watch my video and you're new here, I picked Metaphor to do that. Mostly because for me, that was the game. Oh, this guy's level 6. Metaphor was the game that I had the most enjoyment. Like it's hard because, I mean, obviously Wukong is a fantastic game, and if they give it to Wukong, that's awesome. I think that would be such a good statement from the studio, especially because they were going through a lot before the game came out in terms of controversy. That was just, it seems like it was just made up controversy, and they were doing the anti-woke stuff and trying to just prove a point, and I think they proved a point. I also think it would be really good just for like the Chinese game making scene in general, because they cooked with Wukong. Wukong is such a great game, but I could also see them just not giving it to Wukong. I feel like Wukong made the biggest splash. Was it the best-selling game of the year? I think it was. I think it was very obviously the best-selling game of the year. But I could see them not giving it to it just because in terms of reviews, everybody reviewed it, said it was good, and it was really good, but it wasn't fantastic. And for me, like Silent Hill 2, I enjoyed more. I enjoyed Dragon Ball Sparking Zero more. I enjoyed Marvel Rivals more. I enjoyed Indiana Jones more. And that's just, that's my personal preference for that. But I think that most people I've talked to have said a very similar thing. Like, Wukong was great. The gameplay was really good. You had to do a lot. You could do a lot to really change it up. There was not any hand-holding at all. So I remember in the, I think it's the second world, the desert one, I got so lost, and it was so awesome to just be able to explore. And I was fighting a boss that I had no business fighting, and I beat him when I had no business beating him. And it was really cool, and it gave you like that Elden Ring experience. or that Elden Ring feeling. Why can I not see it? Hold on. Ooh. Okay. We're gonna not let Kenny die. We're gonna not let Kenny die yet. But like the writing of the story, it's just, you know, it was good. It wasn't great, and unfortunately, that's just how it is sometimes. Like, you could have a game that has fantastic visuals, fantastic gameplay, and at the end of the day, it's just kind of the story that holds it back. So, for me, but Wukong was probably my third favorite game of the year, third or fourth. It's definitely up there, but I think Final Fantasy is better. I think Metaphor is better. I think Shadow of the Erd Tree is better than pretty much everything on the list, but I don't think it should be nominated for it because that just doesn't set a good precedent. I'm also mad that they came out back when Cyberpunk's DLC came out, and they said they weren't going to let it be in that category because it was DLC, but then they changed their mind for Elden Ring. I think that's stupid because the Cyberpunk DLC, in my opinion, story-wise, is better than a lot of things on the list. So it's, I don't know, it is what it is. Yeah, you can't be upset at Lord Jeff Keighley because bro's got ties. I don't know what he's going to do. All right, so we're gonna see if Kenny can hold his own here. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to switch to Lulu because Kenny only knows Struggle Bug, and Choodle has a very high. Okay, I think he can. I can't let this fucking turtle land a crit on me, or Kenny is going to die. Kenny is so screwed if that happens. You know, I really thought that Route 2 was separate from the little lake that's by the house at the end of this road. So I was hoping that I'd be able to get a fourth encounter, and I was going to try to fish for either, because you can get Magikarp or you can get the Arrokuda. And Arrokuda's final evolution, the Barracuda, I think, is the final one. Or is that just what the fish is based on? Whatever his final form is like the best water type in the game. It's so good. And I really wanted to set myself up for Leon, but that's okay. Because I think that Leon is going to probably be the hardest challenge. Maybe, because the Eternatus battle in this game is not hard at all. That like final legendary battle. But I think that like the battle tournament system at the end is gonna be a little difficult, but that's okay. mostly used to playing like the older games on my computer, and all of the older games have this magical speed up button, and it just makes your attention span not work anymore. Like it's so bad to just being able to just speed up a battle. It's dangerous, but that's okay. So I don't think that we battle hop here. I mean, if we do, I think we'll be fine, because I can just switch into Roger and he can just kind of smoke everybody. But I know that I think we battle him after this, so we like wait in the house for a while and then we battle him. And I think he has the same team. He might have one of the little birds, but I don't remember. And the last thing I kind of wanted, like I had on my agenda to kind of yap about here with you guys, was the fact that we hit 2K on the channel. I mean, that's insane to me, to be honest. I wanted to do this stream of 2-3 weeks ago when we hit 1K, but I just never really had the means of doing it. It was a lot of things just weren't letting me do work in OBS. It just was impossible. But I think that this currently, anyway, is crazy. I've never seen so much growth on YouTube. I'm getting more comments than ever. It's just so cool, you know, to see people actively joining the community. And, you know, more than anything else, like obviously now I feel bad because now I monetize all the videos because I can do that now after hitting 1K. But it's a weird feeling, because when I couldn't monetize them, I was just like, yeah, people are gonna sit there, they're gonna watch, and that's it. Now I have to sit there and I'm like, okay, did I swear too much in this video so I can't monetize it, or do I just turn monetization on for all the old stuff? And the older videos have been gaining traction for some reason. Like the South Park video I uploaded took like 8 days, and then it just went from 80 views to like 800. So the algorithm is so weird right now with the holiday season, but it's cool. It's cool to see, and it's cool because the YouTube anyway tells me that 99% of you unsubscribes. I'm kidding, but YouTube does tell me that a very large portion of people who are either watching the videos for the first time or who are new to the channel, that they have not watched anything on the channel before, or they're not current viewers. Like, they're not people who are either subscribed, or because YouTube can't recognize if somebody keeps returning to videos even though they're not subscribing. And that's kind of why they push out that percentage for you to tell your subscribers to subscribe. And it's just weird. It's so weird to see these numbers change so much. It's just so cool. But if you're joining the stream right now, because I see we have a couple people, welcome. We are currently nuzlocking this game. So I said it at the very start of the video, but nuzlocking this game basically makes it a challenge, because these Pokemon games are not hard. So I do really like the battle. Oh, I thought we were going to lose Kenny there. I thought Kenny was a goner. But that's okay. So I'm gonna definitely have to switch. I don't think he knows Pursuit, so I should be fine to just switch into Waffles, and then Waffles should hopefully take it. And then I think you know, I was going to go for about an hour and a half, but I'll probably cut the stream here after this, just as like a good little first test stream. You know, I don't want to go for too long, take up too many people's time. But again, this whole stream will be in that Rambles live playlist, and then when I create the next stream and the next time that I actually play the game, then I will make its own playlist, so that way people can go and check it out and just hopefully sit back and enjoy the game, or enjoy me yapping for the most part, since I haven't really been talking about the game. But that's what the channel's for. Okay, Waffles learn copycat. I like that. That's pretty cool. So I think I'm saying that probably. Oh, never mind. Okay, one scratch was enough. I keep trying to move the camera around because that's what you can do in Legends Arceus, which is one of my favorite Pokemon games ever. Or in Scarlet and Violet, you can move the camera around, and I keep trying to do that. It's just Ember. I think that my physical attacks are going to be better with Roger here, but it'll be fine. Super crit, Oracle. Okay, we're good. So, attack bonus too. Okay, awesome. We're gonna get our Dynamax Band, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Yeah, if you did stop by the stream live, thank you for stopping by. This was a lot smoother than I thought it was gonna be. I had to jerry-rig the setup to get it to work, but you know what? It is what it is. Thank you for watching the stream, if you did. And if you watch this live, or if you watch this not live, post live, I appreciate it. Let me know in the comment section down below if you liked it, or if there's something you want me to change, you want me to do a different game, just let me know, and we will work it out. I'm thinking of streaming Marvel Rivals here in a couple days, but maybe tomorrow, but we'll see. Just kind of depends on how the vibe is. But okay, we just got our letter of endorsement, which means we can take on the gym challenge now, which is great. And now we're getting the Dynamax Band that, again, since it's a Nuzlocke, I'm not going to use this more than once every 2 gyms, and I will note when I use it. So we are going to hopefully use it properly, so that way I don't have to not use it during the Pokemon League. But yeah, we're gonna hopefully get our Dynamax Bands here and then wrap it up. I think we have to stay the night in this strange woman's house, I think, before we get our bands. All right, cool. So that's where we're going to wrap it up. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of the support recently. Hope you guys enjoy the Game Awards if you plan on watching it. And again, if you are going to subscribe, make sure to hit that bell so you're notified when we go live next. This has been Nate, otherwise known as Whikked, and I'll see you guys in a video or in a stream or in something.